definitely not here for a whole 15 minutes, but it was fun. So anyways, let's switch this around. We're taking these doors and we're putting basically a rabbet cut in here. And because these doors are, you know, they're big doors, you know, they're full-size doors, trying to run this with a rabbeting bit, that's a big rabbet to do with a rabbeting bit, or even to run it across my table and do that on the router table with a big rabbeting bit. It just wasn't going to work. It was too big. So I showed him how to do it on the table like this. Cut it, flip it, cut it. So he helped me hold this thing upright and we cut it. It was great. So, but long story short, this old door is going to be a Christmas tree when I'm done. And I hope you guys stick around and follow me. And we'll show you what this is going to look like here when I'm done with it in the next couple days. And I'd like to hear some feedback. Okay, here's a little tip on something that I've been doing. So I am making this door into one of the Christmas trees, but I do not have a track saw. So I took this here. This is a 1x4. And then, man, I don't remember what you call this stuff. This came off of a handy panel, just another board. It's real thin. And I just stapled it to the back there. And I ran my saw across that board there, which gave me the exact same distance between this board and the end of the saw. That's where my saw cuts. And anyway, so it creates a little track saw for you. So anyway, I did this last year. It worked really good. But if I step back, you can see I just ran my saw right down that, and I've already cut my first angle on my door. I'm going to do the other side. And that's how I do it. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Who knew? If you didn't know, now you know. You probably already know. Maybe you didn't know. I don't know. If you don't know, now you know. So there you go. Yep, it's a triangle. Okay, so we'll flip this around. So this is the door. This is step 3, I guess, in making these doors into Christmas trees. If you saw the first 2 little step-by-step clips, this door was originally this color. Then it was white. That's because the other side is white. I've already painted it. So okay, so we've got it cut into our basic shape. I don't know how tall this door is. It's got to be, I don't know, almost 7 feet tall. It's pretty tall. So what I did next is we've got to have our sides, and I've already got my mark on there. Okay, but you'll see how this plays out. But you take your T-bevel and you get this angle here and lock it down. Okay, that's the angle that we need. And then I've got to have 2 of these for the sides. Okay, so I'll lay this right here and mark out right where I need to cut. Okay, and I'll do this for 2 of these. Okay, and they've got to be the whole side here, because you're going to do one for each side. Now this is the top here, but it's actually when I'm done, well, I'll try and move this over here without dropping it. That angle is going to be right about like that. Okay, and I've got one more to do, and honestly it's going to be up here, and there's going to be one more along this side, but you'll see. So we'll do 2 of these and just let the excess go past the end of the door. It doesn't matter. Okay, so you can see how the end is sticking out there. I've got plenty up here. We're gonna cut that down later, and there's the end. It's kind of dark because I tested a little bit of stain on there. But so anyway, that's step number 3. And in fact, I think I'm going to show you guys how I cut these on the table saw, and we'll kind of go from there. But anyway, so this is step number 3. I think I've said that 3, 4, 5 times. I don't know. Anyway, stick around, and I'll show you the rest as I get along. Okay, so yesterday I ran out of time to show you how I cut this angle right here. So, and I do it. I said I was going to show everybody how to do it right here on the table saw. So what I did, okay, is I took and put that angle that we set up and put it here on the table, and then I taped these 2 together These are my two sides, and this cut is going to cut both of these at the same angle. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can get this to stay here. So this is how I get a good cut to make sure that this angle is right and they line up at the top of that tree. So I took my T-bevel, marked on here where I need it. Then I also put that same line on here. You'll see that's just transposed onto there. Boom, just like that. So, and then I taped both sides together, and I just ran the whole thing, 2 of them. So now I'm just going to cut this right here on here, and it's going to have both of these the same angle, and then when I turn them, they'll have the right angle to match this top of that tree. So let's take a look and see how that works. All right, bloop, just like that. Okay, so that's what we just cut, and there are the 2 halves right there. Now I'm going to give an example here. Now, of course, we're going to use that, the long pieces, but I'm going to show you how these angles work out on here. Let's see if I can get this to stay, and hopefully that will work. Okay, so I see this often where people will make the top of the trees and they put this angle right here, which is, I mean, it's okay, but it doesn't look quite right to me. So let's see if I get this right. I'm upside down. There we go. So this is the angle that I prefer on these trees. You get a nice point right here that runs down the side of the tree, and this being the same as this, you just take that same concept and move it onto here, and then you'll cut the bottom end of this piece to the length you need at the bottom of the tree before you put the stand on. Okay, woodworker's best friend, some painter's tape. So basically what I did was I went ahead and taped this together, okay? So I can keep my angle down there. I know that it's tight up against here where I want it, and just temporarily we're going to leave it there. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to just measure off however far down I want this to stick. So I don't know, I'm probably going to go just a couple inches here. I don't know, about like that, maybe not so much. I'll determine what I want, and I'm just going to make a mark, take it over to the old miter saw and just chop that right off. So, and I'll do the same on both sides. So it's the same measurement, but once that's done, I'm ready to stain this however I want it, and then go ahead and attach it to your sides. Now, a tip is I've taped this on here just so I can get my measurement at the back end over here and cut it. However, it's also useful to retape it when you want to attach it. One of the reasons for that is that this, at least with this particular door and some other doors I've worked with, these are loose. Like this panel is loose. I think you heard a board maybe fall right there. Right there. That was holding that, but now the board, it's crooked. So once I get this where I want it, then taping that together is going to make this so much easier to attach. So yeah, so those are just some of the quick tips that I use. So, okay, let's get on to the next step. Okay, there it is. I got it stained up. I don't have it attached yet, but it's starting to look good. And there you have it. Now, side note, this is the other side of the door. It's actually upside down because that would have been the top. But if you look at the first video I did the other day, let me turn these around, where we had cut the back of these, a little rabbet on the back. So they're going to line together, and I'm going to just lay a piece of wood right down the middle there. We're gonna glue it in, maybe a couple brad nails, pop, 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 and that's what that was all about. And I can actually run that piece a little bit longer down at the bottom to help attach it to the base. So that's my plan for the back of that. That's a little different than I had done in the past. So I don't know. Well, that's this one. And this one, I'm going to try a different type of base this year. I had a big flat base last year that was made out of walnut. And I had another one made out of oak. So I had a couple that were made out of some red oak. So, but I don't think I'm going to go that route this year. I think I'm going to make a more traditional, just with 4 legs on it, or a cross pattern. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do next. I still got to attach this. Also, these when they've got the hole in here, these look really nice when you put a door handle on it, okay, on the other side. And then you can also put, if you want, you can throw hinges on there to make it look like, the inside of the door, or the outside of the door rather. But anyway, that's the plans on this one, and I'll be doing that one here when I'm done. I'll just show a finished product on that one. I'll just send a picture out. So, but anyway, so these things are fun to build. So, and we'll have this done shortly. I'll keep everybody posted as I get along.